Welcome to today's episode of the Redback Revival Sing-Along television show. I'm your host, Charlie Sexton, and as I say each week, I've got just an amazing choir assembled here. We're going to sing some of your favorite convention songs, hymns out of the old hymn book, the old 1951 Church of God Church Hymnal. We love this book right here, and I know so many of you do too. We get a lot of cards, letters, and emails, phone calls, and texts asking about getting these books. Well, you can check it out at the Tennessee Music and Printing Company, Pathway Press, up in Cleveland, Tennessee. They still publish these books, and it's if your church needs some, give them a call. And if you just need one for you, give them a call. I think you would enjoy having one of these in your house, because you can sing along with us when we sing songs like this one right here, called He Keeps Me Singing. It's number 125. Sing along with us. Welcome back to the Redback Revival Sing-Along television show. I hope you're enjoying this, and why don't you take just a minute and reach out to your friends and neighbors and tell them that old Charlie and the choir is singing out of the old Redback hymnal again today. And we want you to just sit back and enjoy this good singing and sing along with us. This segment is mostly just good old hymns of the church that most of you grew up listening to and singing. We're going to start with an old song called Bring Them In, and then we're going to do Send the Light, and I think you're going to enjoy that one. This one kind of gets up and goes. 281, Send the Light. Joey.
Man, oh man.
Man, oh man is right. You're looking snazzy today.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. This is the Wayne Newton special right here.
Yeah. How many watts does that thing pull?
Well, I don't know. The battery's in the back.
Well, I ain't touching that.
Okay, all right. You know what, Charlie? I had an opportunity. I get to go all over the country and hopefully make people laugh, and I get to share stuff. But, you know, I was told one time on a radio interview that my brand of comedy and the way that I deliver is a dying thing. There's not a lot of storytelling comedians.
I've seen you die on stage several times. It was there.
Bless this one, Lord. Bless him right upside the head. Bless him good and hard, Lord. This one right here. No, but this guy asked me about that, and he said, there's not a lot of people that do that. And it was not but about a week later, I was in a town, and this lady come up to me before the show. She sent a note backstage, and she come around, and she said, listen, do you know the Jerry Clower story about the lion in the yard? And I said, yes, I do. I said, yes, I do. I said, I grew up listening to just these fantastic comedians, these storytellers, Jerry Clower, the old Andy Griffith, Jeannie Robertson, just these fantastic storytellers. And I said, that's kind of what I do. Mm-hmm. And she said, well, would you tell it tonight on stage? And I said, well, that's something that we don't normally do. Right. As comedians, we don't normally do that. And then it started my mind working, and I thought, well, singers sing other people's songs. And since this is a going away kind of thing, what about reintroducing some of these people to these comedians?
Yeah,
I had a guy that told me one time, he said, I've never seen an episode of the Andy Griffith Show. He said, I've never heard one story from Jerry Clower. And I just thought, I am so excited for you. Yeah. Because you're going to get to experience it for the first time. So at the request of a member, actually, it turned out to be of the Clower family. Oh, I would like to do my take on one of Jerry's stories. Okay. If that's all right. Yeah. So about 3 weeks ago, I was in this airplane. I get on the airplane, and I had my Bible with me, and I sat down on the airplane, and as I sat down, this guy, he sits down beside me in this very nice cut three-piece suit, and he was obviously a very wealthy businessman. He sat down, and as he sat down, I saw him look over at my Bible. Yeah. And he looked over and he said, you ain't one of them Bible thumpers, are you? And I said, well, I ain't never thumped on it, but I do read it, and I do study it. And he said, you don't really believe all that, do you? I said, yes, sir, I sure do. I sure do. If it's in between the leather, God said it, and I believe it, and that's the end of it. That's just the way it is. So as we take this flight, we go back to talking 2 or 3 more times. And he said, so you're going to sit there, a grown man, able to walk and talk and breathe and do all of these things, and tell me that you truly in your heart believe that a great big fish swallowed Jonah. And Jonah lived in the belly of that fish for 3 days. And then that fish spit him out, and he lived to tell about it. And I said, yes, sir, I absolutely believe it. Absolutely, no question. And he said, well, how did he survive in the belly of that whale for 3 days? And I said, I don't know. The book don't tell me that. I said, but you know what? When I get to heaven, I might find old Jonah, and I might ask him about that. And he looked at me and he said, well, what if Jonah ain't in heaven? And I said, well, then you can ask him. Joey. That is Jerry Clower's story, and I hope that I have turned somebody on to him. Yeah. Y'all go and listen to him. Yeah. He is a wonderful Christian comedian.
Yeah, wonderful guy. But hey, let's all say it. Get in the choir, Joey.
There you
go. Brother Denis Chapman, come down here and bless these people. This is a dear friend of mine. Been knowing Denis for many, many years. A wonderful singer. From Huntington, West Virginia, and I believe you're going to love this grand old hymn of the church, It Is No Secret What God Can Do. Make a welcome to Denis Chapman.
The chimes of time ring out the news, another day is through. Someone slipped and fell. Was that someone you? You may have longed for added strength, your courage to renew. Do not be disheartened, for I have news for you. It is no secret what God can do, what He's done for others, He'll do for you. With arms wide open, He'll pardon you. It is no secret what God can do. There is no night, for in God's light you will never walk alone. Always feel at home wherever you may go. There is no power can conquer you while God is on your side. Take Him at His promise. Don't run away and hide. It is no secret what God can do, what He's done for others, He'll do for you. With arms wide open, He'll pardon you. no secret what God can do.
The young English teacher had a second love, gospel music. He would frequently leave his school's campus in the afternoon and catch a ride with one of the area's best-loved evangelists. The preacher's talented son would also be riding shotgun because he was considered to be one of the most popular soloists in their tight denominational circle. After a wonderful service in Huntington, Indiana, the three men started their trek back to their respective homes. The hour-long ride was filled with humbled conversation of how deeply the Holy Spirit had touched each person in attendance during that meeting. As they turned into the driveway at the home of the teacher, Dr. Oldham said, "William, the New Testament mentions several times during Jesus' earthly ministry where he personally touched someone and their lives were forever changed. But an even greater miracle is that he can still touch us like we've been touched this evening." He went on to encourage him, "You need to write a song that praises him for his touch." As the young man exited the vehicle, he heard the old man say, "He touched me, oh, he touched me." Needless to say, William got little sleep that night. In his mind, he mulled over the meeting he had attended, the conversation on the way home in the car, and most of all, his friend's poignant statement. He thought of how from the piano bench he had seen the countenance of folks who responded to the altar call change from despondency to one of hope and joy. Early the next morning, his wife found him sitting at the piano, and he said, "Hey, listen to this. I've written 53 songs in my life, but this one may just be the one that touches the world." She agreed that it was good, but lovingly reminded him that he needed to go on to work, and he could finish it that evening. And touch the world it did. His preacher friend's son, renowned soloist Doug Oldham, began to sing it in all of his concerts and revival meetings. It became so popular that he recorded it in 1964. Later that same year, Williams' group, the Bill Gaither Trio, also recorded it. In the early 70s, Elvis Presley used it as a title song for an album that would garner him an Grammy Award, and he would go on to receive the Best Inspirational Performance Award for the year 1972. Countless other artists such as Tennessee Ernie Ford, the Imperials, and Stephen Curtis Chapman have recorded it, but Bill Gaither says that his greatest joy is to hear a congregation crescendo with the words, "Something wonderful happened, and now I know he touched me and made me whole." Sing along with Myra Wells and the Red Bat Revival Choir as they sing for us today Bill Gaither's classic song, "He Touched Me."
Miss Myra, that was absolutely wonderful. I love that, and I love you. I love you. Well, I hope that blessed you as much as it did me, and I hope you'll tune in again next time when we're on. Check us out on the web at WATC TV, WATC.tv, and that's a great way to reach out to the folks here at the station. Let them know that you're enjoying having this kind of music on the network. And then if you want to reach out to some of us personally, you can do that at redbackrevival.com. So we look forward to hearing from you. We're going to leave you today with an old Dad Spear song, number 130. And this is Gets Up and Goes. This is I Never Shall Forget the Day.